222 server vulnerabilities. Let's go. Open up that security lab if you haven't done that right now. I got it open right here. Awesome. Documents here. I might fill in some of these things as we go along. Controlled hacking. So is it ever okay to hack? Maybe. Administrators occasionally have to test the security of their own systems by trying to break in. Yeah, it's okay to hack. Sometimes you're testing things out. Sometimes you're like the administrator. You're the in charge of it. Like you want to try hacking your own system, try to break in from the outside, or you pay. Sometimes companies pay outsiders like the white hat hackers or other outside groups just to come in. We call these penetration testers or pen testers. And these people are trained to come in and check out a system. However, administrators clearly outline the process and guidelines for the investigation, so no harm comes. So, these people that are hired are trying to make sure that you're not doing anything bad. I mean, they know what you're doing. You're not stealing things that duh. They have rules to follow. So if you want to learn the career profile, I should play a video about that next time. Well, you know what? We're going to watch a video on that next time. I'll put that note down right here. Let's do this. Pin. Oh, well. Pen tester video. Okay. So, how do web servers work? So, this is the big thing we're testing out today. So, recall web servers are public-facing computer systems that serve the files that form the web pages, right? So public-facing. Web servers are an attractive target, right? Since it's out there in the public and you want people to access this to get to the website, hackers try to get into your system through the web server. And maybe they get in through the web server and then they can access other servers that are also connected that maybe they aren't supposed to be public. So a website is a collection of pages. And you have different things on here. Graphics, you have other media, you have information stored. And sometimes all that stuff is stored in different files and they're organized in directories like on your computer. You have all those directories or folders. And so you have a whole system set up for all the files. The web server's job is to deliver the correct file to the user's browser. Okay. In this lesson, you'll explore certain aspects of Internet Information Services, Microsoft Web Service software, including file structure, logging, error messaging, and other server features. Oh boy. Website pages are typically stored in W3 root. Okay. There's a lot of new words here today, but okay. Files from other IIS supported services have their own folders. For example, email and for FTP root for file transfer protocol. So I guess the important thing is that we have this Internet Information Services on these Microsoft. If using like a Windows-based computer and like as a server, you're going to have this kind of stuff available. And kind of talking about how things are organized a little bit. Hackers can use their knowledge of the web server's directory structure to craft URL addresses and navigate to locations that are unreferenced. All right. So this forceful browsing. So here's the idea. Like you go to Amazon.com. So, for example, observing the online calendar lands the browser to the address of. So the idea is like I can go to like a school's website. Maybe I go to like Amazon, right? But there might be other areas in Amazon that if you put like different things at the end of that address up here that you aren't supposed to access, but they're kind of hidden. Usually you click around in different links and that changes, right? I go to, bestsellers, and then this might change up here. Well, the idea is that sometimes you can kind of guess different things in here for the address, these subfolders, the folders in the address. And if that user 7 exists, you may speculate and try user 6. So that's one way to kind of break into websites if they're not keeping that kind of stuff secure. You would think that websites would prevent like outsiders from just typing it in, but it's not always the case. Depending on the permissions, you might be able to get it or not. They're not always set up correctly. Follow the steps below to explore. So we launch this, all right? So our lab is configured with 2 virtual machines. When you log into your lab, you log into this machine. So this is your machine that you're logging into. Like right now, this right here is going to be this IP address right there. You know what? I'm even going to write that down. So my IP address is 172.30.06. Right? This is us. And your machine will be used as a client machine that accesses. So we have a client that we will access the website from a web server. So we're going to be here and then access the web server. In this lab, your login local machine has an IP address of this. Target Windows 01 is the other virtual machine. It's accessible from the connections desktop folder. Virtual machine hosts this address. So this is the one we're hosting the website. So just remember that. Or if we get confused. Open a browser on the login machine. In the browser address bar, enter the address, this thing, to view the website running on Target Windows 01. All right, so open up a browser. I'm going to open up, let's say Chrome. Why not? Would I open up Internet Explorer? Oh, that's right. You can't copy and paste. So if you don't remember, Control-Shift-Alt opens up this. You paste into here. You copy again. Then I close this, and then I can paste here. All right. So I went to their website based on the IP address. Hello world. Yay. What do you see on the screen? All right. Hello world. Enter the following paths into the browser folders. Let's do this one. Oh, yeah, man, you probably need this copy-paste trick right here. You had to type that in? I don't know if you're on a Chromebook if that even works. Does it? I don't even know. And I have to close that every time, too? That's kind of annoying. All right, I can open up this. So not the first thing was just the website. Now I've just typed hidden directory in my file, and I get this. Username and a password. Uh-oh. Well, so I probably got to something. I know that's kind of lame, kind of hokey there, but that's the idea is that, hey, I got to something I shouldn't have got to. What if I try this, hidden directory 2? Would you ever name something hidden directory? I don't know. There's got to be a way I don't have to close that every time. Oh, there's an error not found. The resource you're looking for is removed, has name change, or temporary unavailable. Okay. Okay, so what we're saying is that this thing might not exist. I'm getting that 404 message. So just because hidden directory 1 exists doesn't mean hidden directory 2 exists. Let's try this one. All right. Do I really have to do that? It seems so many. Oh. But hidden directory 1. Now notice I got into here. I can get to this folder and I see 2 other files. We went to my file. There's this my other file right there, right? Directory listing. Maybe I can click on this one. Oh, I get to Sarah's password. So this is an example of, hey, save a screenshot. So I believe in this. What else did I discover? I would say, hey, look, I found, a folder. And maybe you want to screenshot what you found there? Boom. Take that, use that snip right there. Snip that for my lesson. All right, so we're going to minimize Chrome for now. So sweet. So what we're discovering is that you can actually browse through and get to some information you shouldn't have. Match the terms. All right, so this is did you do these things? I'm going to leave this up for you. This is a check of vocabulary words. Web directory structure. Use forceful browsing. You attempted to exploit the site externally from without using the web and a browser to find hidden files. Yeah, like you could have done that from any computer. You have no insider access. Next, you'll investigate the site internally, log into the web server. So that was like we're doing as an outsider going in. Now we're going to actually, in our lab, in this lab that we logged into, like, hey, this is us in real life. We logged into this virtual lab. And then in the virtual lab, we're going to log into another PC. We're going to go deeper. So follow along. Open the connections folder on the desktop. Double click it. And then double click target 01. So this is what we call a remote desktop connection. So this will actually connect. You can actually do this on your real computer. This will, or your Windows, you have Windows at home. You can connect to someone else's computer. This might be useful. Like, you can do stuff like this if you need to, like, if you've set up both computers, like you can log into like a parent's computer, like help them out with the tech issue. Stuff like this. Or maybe if you're like at one location, you're at school or at home or at work, and you want to log into the home computer, or you are at home, you want to log into your work computer. Sometimes work bans those kind of things. No, I don't care. So we're logged in. Notice we have this IP address because our virtual machine that we logged into now logged into a deeper level. We're logged into that other server. All right. From the taskbar, open File Explorer to examine its directory structure. So we're going to this, or open up the folder, and we can look at its directory structure. Navigate to local disk C and open the inetpub delivery. Inetpub. So, wait. Oh, local disk. No, yeah. So, inetpub. Okay. Let's be different from the default listing in figure 1. Yeah. So, okay, we're in here. So we're kind of getting into this computer. Document the directory structure, then using a particular need to the name of the subfolders. So, okay, so we might want to like, okay, what do we have to actually do? Later in this activity. So I'm going to take some pictures of what we got here. Maybe I write it down on the side because I'm using this right now. So name of the subfolders and files in inetpub. The name of the files in triple-dub root. Okay. So what in, you know what? Maybe I just pull up a notepad. I'm just going to do it on my computer on the side because I don't know what I really need. So inside inetpub, we got pester. What do we have? We have pester, got FTP root, hidden directory. Remember how we looked for that before, but we didn't find hidden directory 2? History, logs, mail root, temp, triple-dub root. All right. Got those. What else did it want? The name of the files in triple-dub root. All right. So files in www root. iiss.art.htm, tart.png, web.config. All right. Explain how the contents of hidden directory relate to the screenshot we took before. So if you go up, hidden directory, remember we saw those 2 files? And it's the exact same files. I can even open it up. It should be the same text. Yep. Explain why hidden directory caused an error. So there is no hidden directory. So when I tried to access it, doesn't exist here either. All right. So cool. To close the target, close the X. So we're done with this. So the point was to log in to see this structure. And then we're going to close this by hitting the X. And then we say, sure, disconnected. Recall by default, the web server IS stores files in inetpub folder. Use the directory structure and what you learned about forcefully browsing. Craft 2 of your own forceful browsing addresses and try them out. All right. So now that we wrote down that directory structure, I'm actually going to pull this up again. Right? And I'm going to pull up this. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. Okay, this is, hopefully we can see. I'm going to put that right there. Put it right there. So the idea is that now I'm going to type an address on this bar. You're not going to see it very well. I'm going to see if I can just... Sometimes you hit refresh, it'll like... If you zoom in, it just didn't look very good. Hit refresh, it changes the... changes the size of text. So instead of looking for hidden directory, let's see if I can do history. Oh, okay. I tried to go in the history folder. You don't have permission to view this directory. Oh, okay. So it says, hey, basically saying, yeah, it still exists, but I don't have permission. Okay, what if I did logs? Ah, I was able to get in logs though. And I can see there's another directory, log files. When it says dir, this means this is another folder. If I would have checked this out, and I can check out the log files. Okay, cool. So, check out a few of those things. You can see what works and what doesn't. Sometimes they lock them down. That's cool. You can compare your observations with those around you. All the other people taking this class with you as you're sitting at home in distance learning. Hey, log files provide a tremendous amount of information. Let's see. Oh, I was going to turn on my sounds again. I'm going to turn off these sounds. Cool. Log files. Oh, yeah. You know how I got to the logs? And hey, guess what? If you can access those, you can see a lot of things that are happening on the server. And like these can be this kind of stuff is very useful for hackers. Maybe because they can see what's going on and they maybe kind of tells them what to look for. So hackers can use, is there anything? Okay, so, all that stuff you could have written down here too. And step 9, we did that, huh? So sweet. You're on here. That's what we're looking at. Hackers can use this information to plan their attack on a network. Attacks can also modify or delete log files entirely to cover their tracks. Oh, yeah. Because if they do stuff, it'll enter stuff in the log file. So you want to go in the log file and delete that stuff. So covers your tracks. So, okay, let's do this again. Using the web browser as a hacker, someone might be able to determine if our website has been configured with secure hidden log files. Access the Chrome browser in the login machine. We're in a Chrome browser still. Done. Knowing the web server has default settings, use directory structure to forcefully browse the log files. We did that before. I'm way ahead of you. I actually did that. But okay. Uh-huh. We're on the log files. Whoa. Why is it taking so long? Uh-oh. Project Lead the Way die. Oh, wonder if my server died. Hey, I actually did all this stuff, so because I chose the right one. Are these subdirectories? Okay, so navigate through that and see what you can find. I was doing that a little bit last time, but now it's not working. Huh. Oh, that's really annoying. If I don't want to reset the lab. Maybe I have to reset the lab. Well, I'm going to refresh, try that first. Otherwise, I might reset the lab. Sometimes that happens. You know what? I'm going to reset. We're back in here. So I got into logs, and we can go to this directory. You can actually see these log files. So you download a log file. All right. You can see some information. Is this useful to you? I don't know what's going on here. But, you're a hacker and this is your job, you might find something that's interesting to you. What is the file and what does it contain? All right. Oh, I got to figure it out. All right. What's this? Okay, let's see if we find anything interesting. So far, no. I don't think so. Okay. Maybe you can get like a log file where people typed in passwords or something like that. That's what you might be looking for. Or it tells you where other files are. They all look the same. Maybe this one has more interesting things. Oh, here you go. Oh, look. So if I saw this, I see a username anonymous and a password of test. Oh, look. Maybe they were setting up like a fake account just to test their system, right? Maybe you're setting up a website. You create so it's like a temporary account. And then, this is information in the log that anonymous and password of test. Maybe they didn't delete this account. So guess what? Hey, that might be useful. So I'm going to guess, yep, that's what I'm looking for. Admin. Here's another information. Add username, password. Someone logged in. Username, admin, password, secret. Okay. There's another thing that might be bad. You might be like, wow, username, anonymous, password, TS. Okay, so maybe that's not. I don't know if that's the actual password there. Maybe that other thing I just found. Admin and the password secret. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe these other things are passwords too. I don't know. But I found all sorts of fun stuff just digging around. So save some of that right there. And I would actually do that for 12. Are there subdirectories? There were those 2. We saw a bunch of log files, text files there basically. Show some. Browsers can display it, but the files can be downloaded. Download and open them. That came usernames and passwords, right? So that's what we got. Security analysts must have a good understanding of directory structures and the information they contain. They know not to leave sensitive directories and files in their default location since attackers may be able to guess. Yeah. So sometimes you leave default, if you do a Chrome browser, it creates, whenever you download something, there's a default folder to download stuff. And a lot of things are set up with some defaults. So one thing hackers do is say, oh, okay, so that's what they do. Exploitable services, getting close to done. Web servers are the workhorses of e-commerce. They support and connect to a variety of applications and databases. Tempting for novice administrators to have one host for all of their business needs. So what's a host? A host computer. So it's tempting to have one host that can do everything, including public-facing websites and internal data. So, hey, a small business and you don't have too much. Maybe you just have one computer server that hosts your whole website, and there's also all your private employee data on there. But because you just want to do it one thing, because you don't want to bother having multiple things set up, and it's maybe you can save some money. You don't need to buy as many computers. However, you're posing potentially some security risks because the public-facing website also has your not public-facing data on it. So it's another layer that you're missing of defense. Take, for instance, FTP, the service that provides file transfers between hosts. A poorly configured FTP service can allow unsafe content for the server and plague not only the server, but the network. So FTP is one of those things you want to be able to transfer files to and from, but different types of computers might not, the computer where all your internal employee data might not need that. So it kind of makes it vulnerable. Maybe you want to configure different servers to have different features available. So next few steps, use FTP service to deliver a bogus file to live website. All right, from taskbar, find and open FileZilla. So close that. FileZilla. That's FZ right here. Taskbar. Click it open. All right. Explore the main features. Host name. So you put the host name in your login. The directory structure is right here for your local system. Directory structure for the remote system. So this is a way to dismiss. Okay, the files on localhost will appear here. remote file, files and remote host. So the remote directory structure and then files. Okay. This is like your machine you're on now. This is the one you like connect to. So FileZilla is about connecting other machines. On the login machine or local site, use the plus icon to expand folders and select the resources folder. Oh, just close. Resources folder. All right. So I did that. Confirm the contents of this folder. Navigate in the File Explorer. Okay, so if you want to confirm that these are on here, we can go to C drive, resources, same files. Okay, yay. Who cares? In the host field, the FileZilla, enter this thing. Okay, oh, that's right. We gotta do this. I'm gonna go to this. And the username field, enter anonymous. Because that was that name we found, right? Emus. And then click Quick Connect to establish. All right. So, hey, how we saw that username on there was anonymous. And then we were able to use that to establish a connection. What does this tell you about the web server? Save a screenshot. Okay, so maybe they set this up as like a way to test their server and they left it going. Or maybe you're the actual person right now. I don't know. So you've connected. What does this tell you? Hey, they set up a user account without a password. And now I have access to all of like the C drive basically right there, right? There you go. Use the steps below to upload 2 files, prize and supplementary file to the login machine. On the server machine or remote site, browse to inet pub www root. Really? Who cares? This is www root. All right, so we're here. And this will be the destination folder. On the local site host, the resources folder, select both prize and that. Okay. So you can left click drag or select 2 files. Left click drag. Otherwise you hold down shift and you can select them both like this if you hold down shift. Right click on either selected file and choose upload. Right click. And we go to upload. Oh, look. Boom. And they're now over here. So I just moved a file over there. Did the files? Yep. They're now in that www root file. So what it kind of tells me is that like, hey, look, maybe, I can just upload things. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So I probably want to prevent that in the future. So if I can do this, I can send a bad file too. Navigate and explore Chrome browser. So, and just to prove that it worked, I'm going to go to a Chrome browser, and this is supposed to be like the external thing, right? If I go to that website now, oh, look, I just put this file on here. So now I'm like the random person online. And now I could potentially go to this and go, oh, let's claim my prize. I've won something. Oh, no. Oh, no. I guess I'll pay. Okay, that's it. So, oh no, I was hacked. That's it, folks. There's the lesson. So, hey, that wasn't too bad. We played around with a few things. We explored how you can kind of browse around the folders on a website. If they don't secure those, they don't make them private. We did show you that when I tried to go to like history, that turned out like if I tried to go to the history, it was private, but the logs weren't. And I browsed in logs. I found out, oh, there was a username that was anonymous in there when I got into the logs. So I use that to log in using FileZilla, the FTP transfers, and move these over here. Now, potentially, I could use this to direct. So, like, maybe if this was like a business, bank boards and beyond. Now I'm a hacker and I want to send email. I'll make a fake email to send to people. Say, hey, you've been selected to get a prize at Bikes, Boards, and Beyond. Here's our link to our website. And they'll think it's legit because, hey, it'll look like, well, I'm going to the real website. And this is a web page on their website, so it must be legit. And then I get hacked. There you go.